Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone's having a nice week so far. Where am I off to? I'm going to put a little screen snip up on the video here so you can see what my latest project is. I came across this just on Facebook Marketplace. It's a part of the Marketplace series that I've spoken about. A gurney hot wash. Now, all that I know about it is the information that you can read here. Now, I did message the guy. I'm not going to put the messages up because that's just a privacy thing. But basically, he let me know in the messages that the pressure washer, the last time he used it, worked. As far as he knows it works, but he put it away 12 months ago and now he just wants to get rid of it. But the pressure gauge looks like it's missing off it. And there's also, I think he said in his message that there's some water leaking. So, like I said, you can see the ad on Facebook, which is now sold. He had it up for $150. I managed to negotiate him down to $100 AUD, which is fantastic. So let's go pick that up. Now, I'm not really dressed for picking up equipment, but I've got a meeting today that I have to go to, which is why I've got a shirt on. So somewhere in and about today, I'm going to duck past and pick that up. And the next time you see me, I'll be talking to you about a gurney hot wash in the shed. Catch you soon. Alrighty, sorry for the noise in the background, but here we are. So first impressions. Needs a good clean. Looks like I'm missing an on-off switch. It's not too bad, really. Not too bad. The wheels are actually in quite good condition, which is amazing because normally they're the first thing that give up the ghost. People are rough for them. The fella did say that he'd just put fresh diesel in it as well, which is great. So it's not too bad, I'll be honest. For the price I paid, it's not too bad. So as we can see, it's a gurney 2502A. Let's take this front cover off and we'll have a bit of a look inside and see what's going on. Just noticed in here as well, I don't know if you can see it, but there's actually an hour meter for electricity, I'm guessing, so like an engine hour meter, but actually an hour meter. It's done 182.4 hours. That's quite some hours. That's good. That's I think everything should have something like that on it so you can see. Okay, let's have a look. Gonna upset the neighbours. Right, so let's see if I can get this cover off without getting bitten by a spider. Where's this on? Okay, apart from our little mate here, bit dusty, bit dirty. Actually doesn't look too bad, to be honest with you. I've seen a lot worse. A few cobwebs, which probably this guy might know something about. But apart from that, not as bad as what I thought. Let's plug some water into it and see if we can get some water flowing through it. Alright, so I've turned on the water, but I've got flow obviously to here, I'm dripping. I don't have flow past that. It must be only actuated, unlike, interesting. Because only a pressure washer, your water flows when you've got your hose on there, your gun will stop it from flowing. Maybe there's another solenoid in here somewhere. Alright, let's get a hose on it and see what happens. right, so that's awesome. Clearly there's some sort of electronic valve that stops water flowing if the power's not on. Now the power switch is broken, as you saw, but it's stuck in the on position clearly. I have another lance in the shed which I'm going to go and grab so that I can just make sure this actually does generate pressure. It obviously is flowing through, which is assisted by the pump, but I just want to make sure it's got pressure. And then I'll check that, and then I just want to have a bit of a look into the heat settings on this and see. It might be as simple as the switch is broken, which would be fantastic, but let's have a bit of a deep dive and work it out. What do you reckon, Nimmy? Which one's going to work? All right, let's have a bit of a look and see. I've got these couple here. Look at that, first one. Surely not. Right, I'll turn this back on again and we'll see what it does. I wonder if the tip on this could potentially be blocked. Oh, hang on. No, it's a. I think this is one of these adjustable tips, maybe. Try that. I feel like this tip's blocked. Just gonna rip that tip off and have a look inside and see what's going on. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, I'll get you a close. I hope you can see that, hang on. That is full, absolutely full to the top of gunk. Let's go clean that out. Got so much stuff set up in this shed at the moment for other videos that I'm a bit stuck on room. I really hope you guys can see that. It's just, if this will give you a better view. Can you see how much, like that is absolutely chockers. See if I can get this out of here. Hey! Look at that. That's why she wouldn't work. Let's try again. I wonder if you guys can, there we go, look at that. Daylight. Bloody beautiful. I'll worry about the Teflon later, I just want to test this at the moment. Make sure it's going to do what I want it to do. Alright, still hating on me. I'm going to change this lance over the other one, see if that works better. Alright, we are Good going, Amy. All right, so just changed over the lamps to another style, and we have pressure. All right. We also have a few wet spots. That's all right. We can work on those. Pain in me. All right, so I've decided to stay out of the shed. I'm going to do this up the front, which means there could be a bit of road noise. I'll try and edit it out, but see how we go. Oh, nice for that. That's awesome. It's a wiring diagram. It makes things so much easier. All right, let's have a look and see what's happening in here. All right, so I've had a bit of a study of the wiring diagram here. I've done a little bit of tracing to work out what's sort of what. Now, so before when I was looking for a switch, so this rotary here, so that's at the moment off. If you listen for the click, so that's now on, and then we have temperature all the way up. So that's full temperature, and obviously down to cold water, and then unit off. So I did a bit more tracing from there, and everything's plugged in, which is good. Now, the last hot wash that I rebuilt, there was a problem with the thermostat on it. Now, I was looking here, so we have temperature adjustment, which is fine. Now, flame and temperature sensor. So when I had a look for that, the first thing I had a look for was flame. So up on the board, so we have flame as J4, which is this one here. So flame is these two wires here. If you can see or not. It's a bit hard to see, but it is labeled J4. So I trace these wires, they run down behind, which is this one here, comes to here. Now, if I remove the flame control very gently, push plug in it. Now I've pushed in, it probably won't. Oh, there we go. So hopefully you can see that glass in the end? What happens when I tip it? Up, so something in there has broken. You hear it rattling. Shake that around a little bit, you might be able to hear it. So that is the first point of failure on this. It's very hard to see. I don't know why the GoPro won't focus on it, but anyway. In there it looks like there's some sort of a fuse that would sense probably flame via light or something like that. So that won't send a signal back up into the board. The only thing that we could do to trick it is we could complete this circuit, because all this would work on is when it receives a signal it requires, whether that be light or whether that be heat, that it closes the circuit here and enables, basically tells the unit that you can create flame. So what we could do is we could bridge these to trick the unit to thinking it's got a flame, to test to see if this is the only issue that's stopping us from getting water out of this hot wash. Okay, now I really need to cover that just in case, but I'll just put a cable connector on that, and then I will tuck this away, put the panel back on again so it's reasonably watertight, and then go from there. All right, so let's test the first theory. That switch is off. I'll turn on my power supply. Okay, good. It's not doing anything. Let's turn this on. And off again. Okay, so the on-off switch is working, which is great. I still have no heat, so I'm going to unplug everything and I'm going to look at my next step of troubleshooting. All right, so what I've done, made that safe, pulled off the diesel delivery tube. So what I want to do is I'm going to just do this a little bit more. I want to make sure that getting diesel, because that's another thing, is supply of fuel. And the beer bottle was the only thing that I could, and it's 0 alcohol, in case you're wondering. Put that in there like that. I just want to see if I'm gonna get diesel, because that is draining. Okay, cool. I'm gonna turn this on, put a bit of water to it, and just see what happens. See if we get diesel pumping into there. I'll be back. So I had no diesel come into that bottle whatsoever. Okay, so what I just did off camera, I'll show you over here. I just took off this fuel filter. I'll pick it up. The reason I took it off is that's all rotted, and it was leaking as soon as I touched it with the screwdriver. So what I've done, I've just cut a new piece of, I'll tilt you over so you can see. Cut a new piece of fuel on that you can see down there, coming off the bottom of the tank, which looks like it's dripping. Is it dripping? Oh, it's the return that's dripping. Okay, so I'll do this quick so I can mop up all this diesel. So I've run that black line down the bottom, and then the pointer I'll show you. This one here at the end of the screwdriver comes up and goes into there. So I've done that. Now, what I noticed before up here, was that there was this weird line up here doing nothing. Now I know what that's for. That is the return. Sorry, you can't see. That is the return, which I will make longer, but it's meant to go in there like that. Oh, there we go. So that way the diesel return can go into there. All right. I'm just gonna put some diesel in that system first and then start it up and see how we go. All right, so I've bled the system. I've just got diesel coming up to here, which is fantastic, just with gravity. So hopefully it doesn't take too long to kick in. But let's turn it on. I'll squeeze the trigger and might move you a bit closer so you can see and see what happens. try again. See what kind of a smoke display we can put on here. I'm going to put this back together first, otherwise I'm going to end up in all sorts of licorice. Bear with me. So I've got the temperature gauge set at full for the moment. I'll have to fix that knob, but I just want to see how we go and make sure we actually get heat. Because the machine hasn't been running so long, this wand's very undersized for this machine, which is why it keeps clicking on and off. But my tip keeps blocking up with all the crap that's coming out of the boiler. So I got to be careful using foam cannons with hot washers because you do get that scale build up. fantastic. I'm so wrapped that's working. Now, I've obviously turned the heat off now and given it a bit of a wash, but I think what has happened is I don't have any diesel coming out of my return line here. What I think has happened, because I've removed that filter, I've probably blocked the injector, which is fine, that's okay. Or the pump's blocked up, which is fine, I'll clean it out. So I'm gonna get a new inline filter for this, and also work on a switch for this too. So what I think I'll do is order those parts, and I will, and also a pressure gauge, new pressure gauge, because a bit of water comes out the front of this one. It's not ideal. We can't really see what pressure running it either, so I'll organise that sort of stuff. Old mate's still holding on here for life. Little spider. I don't know what he is. He looks like a little wolf spider or something like that. But you know, we won't dishome him right yet. We'll just let him live there. He might move off by himself. But great news, it works. How good's that? So I think for the minute I'll wrap this up here. Now I know that it works, I can put it in the shed. I can work on it properly, get a new switch organised, just bits and pieces like that to make this thing run schmick. So I'm going to pack this up handy now, and the next time you see me and this and Harry here, we'll be in the shed together. Now, how long Harry lasts in the shed, I don't know. Hopefully he gets off beforehand. See you there.